Hey guys, welcome back. I know, it's weird. It's like I'm the only person that hasn't made a video on the Twice Baked Jake announcement that he's gonna be G-balling on Whatnot. And you're like, Rattle, you make so many videos about Whatnot. How have you not made one yet? What's going on here? And it's weird. There's a lot of criticism that can go into it. I'm going to say up front, I don't think that someone is necessarily bad, and I don't think that's necessarily why Jake is getting some angry fans, angry viewers that are up in arms about this. I don't think it automatically makes you bad that you're on Whatnot. I don't think that's a thing. I think it's more of a hypocritical thing that's going on there. I have friends that stream on Whatnot. I don't think everyone on Whatnot is an Evil Knievel. I guess Evil Knievel is not the best wording for it. That's more like a daredevil. Evil Devil. We'll go with Evil Devil. They're not necessarily the devil. You're not the worst person on earth if you're on there, if you're on the platform. But again, I think people are mostly upset with the fact that Jake would constantly, from what I'm told, again, I haven't watched enough Jake content to know, but what people are saying in the comments, people are saying that I discussed this with, is the fact that they're upset that Jake would always tell you, open your own packs, buy your own packs, buy your own cards. He was pushing the value stuff, a lot of the same value stuff that I push on the channel here. So it would be very similar, I guess, to me telling you guys, hey, open your own packs, buy your own packs. If you want to open packs, buy them yourself, get a good deal on them, shop at awesome stores. And if you do want to open them with other people, come into the Discord. Plug in the Discord here. I'm going to be plugging a bunch of stuff. I do want to get into a bunch of transparency. I wasn't sure on when to or how to include it in a video, but today we're going to go through how I make money, and that's what this comes down to. I think people are upset with the fact that Jake is going to make some money. Whatnot probably gave him some big dollarinos to be on the platform, and he's going to kind of push it or change his opinion based on the fact that he's likely getting a payout. Now, let's throw the disclaimer on here. Again, guys, these videos are all my opinion, nothing else, nothing more. So take it as you will, form your own opinions, look into whatever you got to look into. But I don't know. I guess the biggest thing that I'm thinking of is it'd be like if I go on my channel and the way that I have been telling you guys that if you spend time, if you do research, if you really love the hobby, you spend a lot of time learning about the hobby, that you know more than the card graders. But then all of a sudden, one of the grading companies says, hey, Rattle, we're going to give you a big payout as long as you tell people that you like grading now and you come on the platform. I don't know. Maybe they didn't tell him that he had to put it out or put it this way, and maybe he's trying to sugarcoat it or try and twist it in a way that's like, oh, I realize. It'd be like me saying, oh, guys, I realize grading is fucking sweet. I'm going to grade everything that I can possibly grade now. And then kind of sugarcoating it with the fact that I'm going to give you guys something so that it's also for you guys. You guys are benefiting as well. That's kind of Whatnot's strategy. They've done it a lot. I'm mostly critical of that strategy because there's ways they had chances to do a lot of good things, to make. Again, there's no way they can make sure that every streamer on their platform can be straight up, can be honest, can be not ripping people off, but they can make it right. When it happens, they completely have the ability to, even if they don't catch it before someone else, they have a reporting system. They have a system in place that hasn't been doing enough, in my opinion. So, on the Jake stuff, yeah, probably it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty fucking bad. It again, equivalent to me telling you guys to start grading cards because I realize that it's fucking awesome, but it's only after I get a paycheck. Super transparent. I'm not going to say which company it was for the sake of, I guess, like privacy reasons, their reasons, whatever reasons, but I did have an offer at one point in time from a grading company to do basically investigative work, which I'm already doing. I'm doing regardless. They were going to essentially pay me a salary under the condition that I would no longer mention anyone's name in my videos. I'm not going to do that. That defeats the purpose of my channel because I often warn people. I can't warn you about somebody that is ripping you off. I can't do any of that stuff if I'm not allowed to mention anything about them. They're like, oh, this guy, Shadow number X, this guy that will blur him out the entire time. You guys can guess who it is, who's stealing from you, who's doing a magic trick. anything like that. It doesn't work for me. And again, it doesn't matter. Whatnot in general, I'm going to say it up front here. There is no amount of money that Whatnot. I do not give a shit. They could offer me $1 billion and make up any number. I don't care. It's not worth it to me. I would much rather have my integrity, my channel, which is basically very contradictory to what they got going on there. Now, at some point in time, am I going to praise them for doing the right thing? Because every now and then they do the right thing. I know we got 72 videos on the channel here, some of which were removed from YouTube. So there's even more than that, or were even more than that, if you include those removed videos. Again, it's a rough space out here. It turns out that the people doing shady things and or companies that had that thing happen on their platform maybe don't like that you're making videos about it. But that's why I'm here. That's the purpose. That's what the channel turned into. It's a warning. It's newsworthy information. Maybe people that don't get reached. Now, all right, let's start this off. We're gonna shit on Whatnot a little bit. We always do, but we're gonna give them a little bit of praise. And I say a little bit of praise because they finally banned Josh Pokemon yesterday. Now, you're asking me, well, that's a great thing, right, Rattle? Well, not exactly. I mean, there was video evidence that he was weighing packs on screen and ripping people off 5 months ago. It would have been probably even longer than that, 5 months and change, when people reported this. There was video footage of it. There was clips of it. They did nothing. They did not ban him. But now, 5 months later, I don't know if he did something else that resulted in that ban. No idea. Absolutely no clue. There was other drama to do with him, getting someone making a logo, and he said he was going to give them something in exchange. He didn't give them anything in exchange, or I don't. There was a sour deal. Watch the videos if you want to. But again, this is something that they could have taken action on much sooner. What does it take? 12,000 people to see this? Did they ban him because I made a video on it? Was there enough pressure? Did enough people report him? Did you do something else? Who absolutely knows? Again, the Trust and Safety Department has much more access than the public or than myself to actually review this footage, to take a look at it. So you would think that when somebody is doing something wrong, when you have complaints, they have complaints too. They have everything that I've ever covered. I'm sure there's been many complaints, because before someone even reaches out to me, there's a very good chance they've been reporting this person with the Blake stuff. I can only imagine how many Blake complaints have been filed. And again, it's not evil. It's not evil to make money in Pokemon. It's not evil to make money in anything that you're doing. If you're doing it, whether you're doing it on a side thing, if you're a full-time or Whatnot G-baller, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's okay to make money. But do it in an honest way. Like, just don't take advantage of people. Don't rig it. Maybe you want to stay away from the unlicensed gambling. I would think that they would want to. But again, like, in a market where it is incredibly hard, you either need to be so entertaining that people want to hang out, want to be in there, want you to open packs for them. You need to be some kind of micro celebrity. Maybe you're Leonhardt. You can rub your nipples, and everyone's like, oh, yes, open packs for me. I don't care what price they're at. That didn't happen. This is an exaggeration, but that's what it comes down to. It's just like I don't blame Whatnot for any of the individual people on there that are doing stuff that's wrong. I blame them for the lack of action that's taken when something is plain as day. I mean, the magician got banned. He got banned fast. As soon as word spread that, hey, this dude's ripping people off, yeah, you have to comb through some footage. You have to freeze the frame to see that he's got an extra card there. I mean, all if the complaints are there, I mean, sure, they probably even have higher quality streams, and hopefully they have an easier way to scrub through the footage than the public does, because it is absolutely terrible. Again, this is like trust and safety. Even if they can only do so much, if you put the tools in front of people. If you put the tools in front of the buyers, the users on the platform, they're going to comb out a lot of this stuff. The people that are not wronging people on there, the people that are buying on there, they don't want to get ripped off. They don't want people ripping people off. It looks bad for them. It looks bad for the other sellers that are doing the right thing. It looks bad for everyone. So that they will help you. I don't even need to help you. Again, I've said it a million times. I think PK brought it up in his recent morality live stream that he did last night. Check that out if you haven't. But I could make a video every day. If I wanted to just do a full-time YouTube channel on whatnot scammers and I spent all day every day, I can't. That's their job. Now, when there's something egregious, someone comes to me and they're like, "What the hell? I've been reporting this guy. He keeps ripping everyone off." And then even the Blake stuff. The Blake stuff shows just it's all laid out in front of them. You have so many examples. Not even all of them get banned. Like Lou Skilla is still on the platform. How? He was doing the same energy stuff as the rest of them, ripping everyone off. In my opinion, allegedly. But he's still on there. And them to come out with a statement here that I've mentioned many, many times, where it's like, "Oh, we refunded everyone. We have refunded all buyers impacted by the infractions." No, you fucking didn't. You didn't. You didn't at the time. You didn't. I don't think they refunded anyone at the time. They refunded many people after this, but there are still many individuals, many users that should have been blanket refunded. You shouldn't have to be on Twitter fucking hitting refresh on the whatnot page before they post a bunch of other garbage to find out that, hey, I probably got scammed by the guy that whatnot has been propping up. They gave him multiple channels. They fucking had him in the advertising, everything else. So this was whatnot's chance. Why the fuck is Craig still there? Is Craig telling a story that he wasn't involved with any of it, that he didn't hear any of the complaints about Blake? Everyone I heard from was saying that Craig was running defense for him, in the football sense and in the, I don't know if, was he in the football sense? I can't even remember what positions they play. Regardless, they had the chance. They didn't ban the people that were part of management, the whole Blake's organization. And that's bad enough. If you want to claim that, okay, you know what, the partial owner, potential partial owner, alleged partial owner, the management, and for some reason the guy that was doing the same fucking energy stuff wasn't part of it. This was like their opportunity to show everyone, to immediately rectify the situation, and they decided to drag it out and half-ass refund people. I'm glad that people did get refunds, but not all of them. And I'm not going to forgive them for that. Even if they did it now, it's just like, why the fuck didn't you do that from the start? Why didn't you just refund everyone? You had someone, you have proof, you made a statement, you got rid of them. You say it. I can only just look through the footage. I can show examples. You have all the footage. There's footage that I don't have, that I never had access to. You have all of the complaints that were filed against all of these individuals. You have all of that in front of you. And they decided, you know what? No, let's not do it. And then as an extra giant slap in the face, they're going to pay creators to cover it up instead of fixing it, making it right, which would have been I would have been praising them. They did absolutely everything, made it as simple as possible, refunded everyone, whether they were paying attention to this or not, whether or not they filled in the fucking Google Sheets or whatever the shit you told them to do. You got evidence submission. How are you saying that you refunded all buyers impacted by the infractions, but the statement itself is contradictory? I'd be like, okay, good, nice. They did what they needed to do. They got rid of any and all corruption that was involved. Any reason that this happened that was allowed to happen on the platform, they refunded everyone, regardless of whether they're still on the platform or not, whether they got banned, whether they stopped using it, whether they're paying attention or not, instead of setting a deadline and everything else. They had every opportunity to prove to you, to prove to me, to prove to, do they have to prove it to me other than the fact that I'm speaking about it? Not really. I'm not going to use whatnot. I'm never going to buy anything on there. I'm never going to stream on there. I refuse to do so. But I'm also not. I'm not going to praise them when they do something like this. That's terrible. Now let's get into some of the ways that I make money. The ways that I make money, guys. Now, I've said it many times on the channel. Again, it's buried in so much footage that you might not see it. Now it's going to be all in one spot here. We're going to go through the link tree that I have, and the link tree that I have should be a pretty good indication that I would much rather make passive income and support things that I truly believe in encourage people to use that, or if they are going to use that, maybe they get a nice little discount code. They save some money on some stuff that I believe that they should be buying. That is smart purchases. If you're a Pokemon collector, if you want to be a flipper, if you want to be a seller, if you want to have a business, whatever it might be, a lot of this stuff I think is, well, first off, it's either stuff that I use or would use and would recommend. I'm very careful with that. It's very important to me. Now, before we get into it, I know I got like 6 or 7 angry little new accounts. Check out the age of those accounts. The angry ones down below, they're like, Rattle, you're fucking e-begging. You're asking us for money. We should ignore it. And for, man, the countless people that have chimed in and been like, why isn't Logan Paul helping Rattle? You haven't been paying attention. Yes, the case was fake. But, again, it is my opinion. It is my belief that they were all in on it. And it makes a whole lot of sense if they were. Because that case, the $3.5 million case, that sale never happened. That never happened. Shine told me on the phone that $3.5 million case never sold for $3.5 million. It was never going to. They were going to put it on Liquid Marketplace. They were going to sell shares of it. Yeah, sick. So now you have people buying $3.5 million potentially. Well, they probably wouldn't sell the entire thing because they don't want it to be open, right? If they were behind it, if they were all in on it, they're not going to do that. They're going to sell just enough of it that it never has to leave the vault. It never has to be opened. It's wrapped. It's got baseball player wrap on it. PWCC. It's official. It's official from the Pokemon even said that it looked pretty sick. So, yes, it got dismantled. It was supposed to go on Liquid Marketplace. They wanted to kind of hide that fact. Logan, in my opinion, kind of fake thank you. Thank you, Rattle. But really, in essence, he has nothing to thank me about. He's sending me some Prime. Probably just a, hey, I know where you live kind of thing. It wasn't very much Prime. It was just enough Prime to be annoying. Because I don't want to drink it. It's fucking disgusting. Again, my opinion. My taste buds do not like it. Oh, all right. So, and then Liquid Marketplace in general. So maybe we don't talk about any of that stuff. I had someone come into the Discord yesterday and say that I saved them a ton of money on Liquid Marketplace. Do you remember how much it was? Was it like $500,000? Something crazy. $500,000, I think it was. Crazy. Think about how many people got refunded from the Blake stuff. Think about how many people could have been still bamboozling. Again, allegedly. For legal reasons. People could have been still ripped off by the countless people that Whatnot should have shut down earlier. Whether or not, again, I have no authority at Whatnot. I don't decide what they do. But I do want to make it so that people are heard that are not normally heard. I don't want Sean to threaten anyone else. I don't want anyone to get ripped off. It's trust me when I say that it is all in the best interest. I would love to, if I don't need the money, if it doesn't come down to me needing the money, I want to refund every single bit of it. If I have to use part of it, thank you very much to the people that stand behind this and want to do the right thing. And if there is leftovers, if it's used up and there's leftovers and it's too difficult to get back, we will find a very, very good place to put that. If it's kids in need, it will go directly to that. It's not going to be funneled through some kind of charity crap where they're going to take half of it. It will go directly, and I will show that it's going directly. I want to be 100% transparent with it, just like I am with all of the channel sponsors, the discount codes, and stuff like that. So, PSA Pikachu, let's start off with that. Awesome. I guess this should have been the lead into the Logan Paul fake case stuff. PSA Pikachu helped me back when the Logan Paul fake case stuff, because he was going to buy the case from Justin in Canada, and his requirement, PSA Pikachu's requirement, was that the case be opened on the spot, that they open it up together. He would bring the money. Here's the money, in-person transaction. They refused to do so. Justin did not want to do that. Why would Justin not want to do that? So all of the information that PSA Pikachu provided me, really, really awesome. Small game store, online game store, and I encourage everyone to support small game stores, whether it's your PSA Pikachu. If you have a favorite game store, support them. They need it more than ever in this, like when Pokemon sucks, when prices suck, and now like everyone with a distributor account is kind of fighting to get rid of product. Those low prices, like the below MSRP, not below MSRP, but below distributor pricing, like the small stores are hurting because of that. If they got to fight over like, oh crap, I'm going to lose, I'm going to order stuff, I'm going to lose money. Oftentimes they're going to lose money off what they paid for it. Take the time and effort to ship it out to everyone. So help them. Buy stuff from them whenever you can. I don't blame anyone for going to a Walmart when there's a super special deal. But if it's a release coming out and you know you want product, buy it from your small stores. Help them out. Fuck Walmart. Fuck your Amazon or wherever the hell's Target. Fuck them. If there's a Black Friday deal and they have some kind of crazy stuff, or they have something, maybe they got, oh shit, they got Evolving Skies and nowhere else has it. The game stores can't get it, but somehow Walmart does. Sure, make an exception every now and then. But for the vast majority of it, if you want to do the right thing, if you want to help out, the hobby, the community, help with the little game stores. We have dosecards.ca. So just an option here for Canada. Now, PSA Pikachu, full disclosure, does help me with a sick, nasty deal on product. Those big openings that we do on the channel that are probably temporarily paused, those come from PSA Pikachu. Those boxes, for the most part, are coming from PSA Pikachu. The big openings, the big like release day openings, those are coming from him. Now, with both of these game stores, both him and Doze, I try to work with them as best as possible. I want to make sure that it is a good financial decision for them. Yes, there is an amount of advertising that's provided for them by me mentioning them on the channel, by me saying like, hey guys, these are good spots. I also know that they're reputable, that they're not gonna run off with your pre-order money. Like we've seen it happen with a lot of this stuff. They're not gonna they're not gonna sell pre-orders for something that they're not getting. That sort of thing. So it is stuff that I recommend. It is places that I purchased product from personally, out of my own pocket. But they both, I'm super, super lenient on what they're sending me because I want to make sure it's worth it for them. I don't want them to like feel strained because they're sending me too much stuff or they're selling it to me too cheap or anything like that. I want to make sure there's value there for them. And these are the two that I recommend more than anywhere else if you're in the US or Canada. Fortunately, do not have anything for the UK or anything like that. If you guys have suggestions on who would be a good fit for that, I mean, clearly sending stuff from the UK to me is not a viable option. So if you have suggestions for, and it doesn't have to be the smallest of small stores, but like help the little guy out, help them out. They're in a battle right now it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. The Pokemon market this time of year and the Pokemon market combined is brutal on a small game store. Troll and Toad. I've used them many years. Awesome. We got 5% off Troll and Toad. In exchange, if people use that code, they do provide me credit on their website. So awesome. It helps me with my collection goals. You save 5%. I think it is a great spot to shop. Now, is it always the cheapest price? No, not necessarily. But you can find some awesome deals on there. It's all going to come from one spot. Sweet. Would continue to use regardless of whether or not they gave me a code or not. Dragon Shield. I do not personally use Dragon Shields. I've had Dragon Shields before. I've used them before. Awesome product. I'm weird maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's pretty standard, but I use KMC. I use KMC penny sleeves. Penny sleeves don't matter so much. Penny sleeves, usually I have Ultra Pro. They're not even on the list here. But penny sleeves, you can use BCW. You can use, they're coming up here in a minute. But penny sleeves matter very little. As long as it's not like some terrible company that, even then, I've had some, like, when there was the great shortage of sleeves and top loaders and stuff like that, some of the, like, really crappy companies, like, they'll get by. Now, when you're playing, when I'm sleeving my own stuff, I want a premium sleeve on it. Is it stupid? Is it expensive? Yeah, it's kind of expensive to have your KMC double sleeve inside a binder, and it's overkill. But if you're playing the game, or you want a really fancy binder, you want to really bling it out, you want something really premium, for the perfect fits. Don't perfect fit things if you're not going to double sleeve. It's just more prone to damage. Your cards are more prone to damage. Double sleeve if you're gonna, and you don't need to double sleeve if you're using a binder. But Dragon Shield, awesome products. Awesome products mostly for if you're playing the game. Are you shuffling your cards? Or do you want a binder with some nice colored sleeves around the outside of the cards? That kind of thing. They're expensive. They're premium. People love them for a reason. People decide to pay the extra for a reason. So you get 5% off on there. That is, and they also assist me financially if you do so. But again, this is stuff where I think this is good buying decisions. This is not like, oh yeah, sign up on some gambling website and use my code so I get a payout. Like I'm never gonna send you to some gambling website. I'm never gonna send you to something sketchy. I'm never gonna send you to Raid Shadow Legends or any of that crap. I want it to be stuff that I use or that I think is highly recommended, and people have like asked me, hey, can you get a code? I've had people ask me, hey, can you get a code for Dragon Shield? We got a code for Dragon Shield. Sick. Save 5%. Support the channel at the same time. Win-win. If you don't want Dragon Shield sleeves, don't buy them. If you're playing the game, if you're shuffling, I suggest you at least try one box. That's and you can get them elsewhere too, but I think the website is probably the best bet, thedragonshield.com. I don't think this code works on Amazon, but even then, if you have a local game store, try them out. Buy some Dragon Shields. Maybe it's not worth it to buy one box from the website, and if you want to try them out. Buy them from your local game store. Buyee. Now, Buyee, you got to be careful. I've made videos. You got to be careful because it's basically just an online marketplace where many people can list a lot of this stuff. Your Yahoo Japan, your Mercari, and anything like that, you can get scammed. It's possible to get scammed. I've been buying from Buyee for many years. I don't know when it's been quite a few years. Recommend it. But be careful. You got to be informed. You got to know that there's risk involved. And hopefully we're coming up soon here. I'll have a Buyee video where we're going to actually test. We're going to test the, I guess, integrity of some of the sellers of sealed product on there. So if you guys haven't seen, I got scammed by a resealed Japanese product. So we're going to test out a bunch of different Japanese sellers on there with modern sealed product. Now, this stuff here, you can either get 10% off your first purchase, and I believe the 2,000 yen off your first purchase is also still works. So pick one, save some money on your first purchase. Be careful. And if you have any questions on how to use it or what to avoid or anything like that, Happy Hour is a good spot to do that. Discord Happy Hour once a week, Saturdays. Come on in there, and I'll walk you through it. Again, it's a good way, if you're careful on there, to get some sick deals on Japanese. Usually singles is the better option, and lots and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you're after, and I can let you know. Same with Tenzo. Tenzo's not on here. I would love to have a Tenzo code. It's like a sister company to Buyee. Essentially, you get a mailbox in Japan. You can order anything from anywhere and have it sent to that mailbox. So you're not actually buying from Buyee. Buyee is just kind of like a middleman. There's a lot of stuff in Japan that you can't buy outside of Japan. They kind of middle that for you. So you ship stuff to them, not to mention the fact that you can also consolidate the package into one package so that you're not shipping 16 different items. You can get them all put into one box. BCW. So, man, I don't know how many of these BCW boxes, you know, the big white storage boxes, the monster boxes, whatever you want to call them, the bulk boxes. I have so many of those, and they're from BCW. They also make, you got penny sleeves, top loaders, semi-rigids, all that kind of stuff. 10% off. Sick. Use it. So Buyee, Dragon Shield, does pay me a percentage based on what sells. Buyee basically just provides coupons, essentially, or product or partial payment of the product. So there's no like financial, they're not sending me money or anything like that. But when we do the Buyee content, they do help out with that. Cool. BCW, dollar bills. You save 10%, they send me some money if you buy with the code. So again, like, I love this stuff. This is all like companies that I recommend using. We got Dex. So these are the actual binders that I use. I wish this was Rattle 15 and not Rattle Pokemon 15 because it's a little long to type in, but you get 15% off. These are the binders that I use for all my sets. I have like 100 plus of these binders. Do I think they're the best option? No, not necessarily. The Ultra Pro ones are good. I heard that I haven't owned a Dragon Shield one, but I heard the Dragon Shield ones are also good. Vault-X, a lot of people love the Vault-X. I don't own any Vault-X binders, but we do have a 10% off your first purchase from Vault-X. Okay, so this is money or credit. I think either or. I told them I wanted credit because I'm going to buy binders from them anyway, if they could credit me based on what people buy from them. Vault-X, sick, 10% off your first purchase. It kind of sucks that it's not like a reoccurring thing, but if it's your first purchase on your account with the Vault-X, you can save 10%, which is pretty good. It's pretty damn good. If you're going to buy them anyway, try them out. I would suggest, I don't know exactly, because it's first purchase, right? You probably want to take advantage of the fact that it's the 10% off, and then future purchases might be full price. Maybe to try to find a friend, or ask people that own the Vault-X ones. I know Lunatic in the Discord, he swears by them. I'm sure they're great. Ultra Pro ones, Ultra Pro Pro binders they're awesome. I don't have a discount code or anything for those, but they're also a great option. Any of these like side loading binders. The only thing is too, just like make sure that you're buying something that if you want them all to match, that it's going to be something that's consistently available. Don't buy some kind of special edition color that you're never going to be able to find again. Then you'll be on the secondary market trying to buy binders off of people, secondhand binders. We have Sakura's Card Shop. Good option for if you're buying. We got 7% off with code RATTLE7. Good option if you're buying a Japanese product and you want to be 100% certain. Well, first of all, they're in the US, so if you're in the US, that helps. But also, if you want to be certain that it's not resealed stuff, this is the way to do it. If you're collecting sealed product, make sure that the place that you're buying it from is super duper legitimate to the extreme. You do not want to sit on a sealed product, Japanese product, for years and years just to sell it or to open it at that point and find out it's resealed. That would suck. For this deal here, I don't receive anything. I told him if he makes a bunch of money, if a bunch of people use the code, and he wants to send me some Japanese boxes, whether they're damaged ones or not, he's welcome to do so. But again, it's just another nice little discount code to add to the list. We have Hobbiesville in Canada, 5% off. I don't expect a lot of people to use this, but if they do, great. I don't know. I think this might be first purchase only. I'm going to have to check that and alter it. Now, free ways to support. Free ways are awesome. Ad revenue on YouTube is not great. It's not that great. You can get a lot of, unless you're getting a billion views, but even then at that point, you're probably paying editors. You're probably paying for a lot of overhead and stuff like that. So it's nice. We got some free alternatives. So I have people that ask me, they're like, hey, Rattle, can I send you a donation? Can I send you some money to like, just thanks for making videos or whatever? And if you can't, or if you'd prefer, I'd prefer if you do these free things. So on Twitch, once a month, if you have Amazon Prime already, don't buy, again, I don't necessarily like Amazon, but if you're on Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, once a month, you can go on my Twitch and you can subscribe once a month. It resets after the 30 days or whatever. Thank you for doing so. Yes, it takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think you have to do it on desktop, but thank you for everyone that has been doing that. It's a good way to support the channel without it actually costing you anything. Yes, it does take, going on there and doing it. If I'm live, even better, you'll pop up on the screen. Thank you for doing it. Awesome. If you're buying anything on eBay, click on these bad boys or the links in the Discord before you do, and it supports the channel at no cost to you. Again, don't go out of your way to buy something on eBay that you don't want. But if you're going to be shopping on eBay, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, these are affiliate links, and will pay me if you're shopping on there anyway. Same with TCG Player, same with PWCC. Now, if you're with PWCC, same with Barnes and Nobles here. Barnes and Noble.com there. If you're buying anything on here, I added that just because it was part of the affiliate program or whatever that encompasses like your TCG Player and your PWCC. They do have Pokemon stuff sometimes, so if you're buying anything there, you can buy me a beer. Do not. I would much prefer you do any of this stuff beforehand. We got stickers, stuff like that. The stickers and the merch and stuff like that is mostly just due to the fact that people ask for it. I try not to make any money on it. I do want to make sure that, like, okay, if a couple things get lost or whatever happens, that I'm not going to be out a ton of money. But again, as little as possible on the hats, the t-shirts, the stickers, and anything like that. YouTube membership, again, it's just it's an optional thing. You don't feel like you need to do any of that. I'm not going to paywall any of the content. All of the content is going to be available to anyone who wants to watch it. I'm just happy if you'll watch it. If you'd like to do anything beyond that, the free ways to support, prefer that. Maybe you watch some ads, maybe you share the videos, any of that stuff. It all helps. And thank you for that. Thank you for everyone that has been watching this stuff. I know it gets a little monotonous at times where we're talking about the same scams. Seems like the same scams all the time. That's why I try not to make a whatnot video every day, because people will get bored of it. I will get bored of it. I'll go insane if I'm just completely engulfed in whatnot shenanigans every time, all the time. So the self-promotion in the Discord. This is a big one. So this is another, I think, win for everyone involved. If you're selling on eBay or you just want to support other people that are hanging out in the Discord, there are channels in the Discord. There's one for PWCC, there's one for Pokemon, there's like non-Pokemon, there's sports and all kinds of categories. So if you're selling on eBay, maybe you're a new seller, maybe you just want some extra free advertising, do that. Get in there. All you got to do is copy paste the link to your listings from eBay in those channels. They'll get posted on the Instagrams and on the Twitters. I mean, it's not necessarily guaranteed. If it's like cheap stuff or whatever, then maybe not. But there's like an over 50 where almost everything is going to get posted on the social media accounts. If you post something interesting, you're going to get an extra 1,000 views. I can guarantee, if it's interesting, again, with that caveat, it's going to get 1,000 or more views. From the Instagram, the Twitter, in the Discord itself. There's like almost 5,000 people in the Discord that could potentially see it. Instagram, Twitter, and all the above. And then even sometimes I'm going to be posting some of the really interesting stuff like once a day on my main account. So like you can get a lot of views for very little effort. It is worth it. I promise. It might not, it's got to be priced right to sell. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to have more people seeing it, especially if it's like interesting stuff that you don't see all the time. Great way. Awesome. It's through affiliate links, so it also supports me and the channel at the same time. So that's where I get it. I don't charge you anything. Free advertising. It doesn't matter if you're consigning things with PWCC, consigning things with Z&G, any of that stuff. You can still post it in there if it's your listing. If you find good deals and you don't necessarily want to buy them on eBay or on PWCC or wherever, you can post those in the general chat for someone else to pick up. Kind of share the love. I know I've been very critical of PWCC in the past. They've been acquired by Fanatics. We're giving them another run. We're giving them another chance. Make sure they're running a tight ship, make sure they're doing the right thing, all of that stuff. Some very questionable incidents that happened under the previous ownership. I'm hoping that has all changed. I'm hoping they're on the straight and narrow after being kicked off of eBay, after being acquired by Fanatics. Hopefully they clean up their act, because it's a great resource. Again, if I wasn't, I mean, I'm not right now, because we gotta save some money for the legal battle. But great spot to find deals. Shop on these auctions. Shop on eBay on the auctions, on the Z&G auctions. Shop on your PWCC. And that's the thing with like the Z&G stuff, or this stuff. It's just like These are like really nice ways to find good deals, to make good use of your money. Again, the supplies and stuff like that, all falling under that same umbrella that I'm trying to push. Stop like buying mystery products. Stop buying friggin' raffle daffles that there's a good chance that they're rigged. And spend your money on stuff that's going to give you good value. Whether it's singles from your Troll and Toad, whether it's singles from your eBay auctions, whether it's singles from your PWCC auctions, that kind of thing, you're going to find the good deals there. And you make enough of those good purchases over time, and you'll end up with an awesome collection. That's kind of the entire premise of it. All right, I trailed on way too long on this. Hopefully that offers a little bit of insight here that, yes, guys, my intention for the channel is to make people more aware of what's going on, is to bring up topics that maybe people don't want to bring up. Maybe people get threatened and don't want to bring up. Maybe people just don't want to get involved. I've had people say to like, oh yeah, like here's some information, like I don't want to be associated with it because I don't want CGC to hate me. I'm going to say, it doesn't matter even if it's someone on this list. Whether it's someone on this list, whether it's a company on this list, whether it's CGC, it doesn't matter who it is. If eBay does something, we have eBay links here. I use eBay links all the time. If eBay is doing something questionable, like the authentication guarantee system or whatever, if there's flaws in that, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to self-censor because of whatever's on the list here. I'm not going to all of a sudden like take money from Whatnot and be like, oh, you know what? Whatnot is good now. I totally understand it. I love fucking wheel spins. No, I don't. I think it's stupid. I think it's a bad use of your money. I think if you need that, if you want to have that sense of community, was it somebody in the PK video said, oh, it's like going to the bar and spending more for like the beer because it's the experience or whatever. Well, guess what? You can do that. You can come Saturdays. Come on in, happy hour, Discord chat. There's other people that will gladly watch you open cards. You can watch them open cards. You can have that beer. You can be at the bar. I mean, you probably have to be 18 plus to be in there. There's no language can get a little languagey, but again, that's what it is, guys. That's laying it out there. I don't blame people for wanting to make money or kind of wanting to sell on somewhere. I don't think that they're necessarily the same reason for it. I totally understand why people are saying like this is hypocritical and it's just he's doing it for the money, he's selling out, whatever. And again, there's nothing wrong with making money off of something that he's making content. I do completely understand everyone being up in arms about the fact that he told you the complete opposite. All of a sudden he gets a paycheck for it, and now he's telling you it's a great thing. His mind has been changed. Why didn't his mind change before he got the paycheck? Why didn't his mind change before he got the deal? Again, it's the same. It's kind of like all the people that turn to gambling revenue, gambling mystery items, all that stuff. When the market died down and they can't sell stuff anymore, the one thing that always sells, gambling. Sex and gambling. Maybe we'll have sexy mystery bags next. All right, take care. Join the Discord. See you next time. I'm done here. Have a good weekend. See you in happy hour.